Major Slack Videos.
Alright, let's go back to the debate parlor at the Academy of Rio Lucaria and get ready for the Queen Rennala boss fight. 2 stages. First stage, she's got all these like little creepy little girl students that are like crawling around on the floor, and they're going to be throwing books at you. It's kind of annoying, but it won't really hurt you that much. Just keep your shield up. And she's going to be up, suspended in this kind of like magical globe, and she's going to be invincible until you whack 3 of her students. And the students that you have to whack are the ones that are themselves encircled in this kind of like magical globe, okay? This magical yellow globe. Find them, whack them. You don't have to kill them, you just have to hit them. And once you do that 3 times, Queen Rennala will drop. When she drops to the ground, you have a window of opportunity to attack her and do damage. And the best way to attack her is just simply melee. We're just going to use our meteorite, our ore blade. Just rush up right close and just spam. Nothing fancy. Nothing fancy at all. Don't do strong attacks or charge attacks. None of that. Just spam regular attack. That's the most effective way to get through the first phase. Alright, and we're going to be taking our flask of wondrous physic. And this week we replace with... Let's put some fire grease in here. Probably won't have a chance to use it. And we could put some... maybe some exalted flesh here. Once again, probably won't have a chance to use it. After that, after you dispel her in the first phase, like, you know, once you like start whacking away at her and you get a short window of opportunity, like I said, and then she'll go back up, you don't manage to take her down, you'll have to repeat the same thing. You have to run around, find the students that are encased in the little yellow globe, hit them, do 3 students, and Rennala will fall down. Then you rush up, whack her, and once she's dead, then she goes into the second phase. What we're going to do is, as soon as you kill her in the first phase, you're going to immediately spawn your wolves, even though we don't actually want to use them in the first phase. We want to use them in the second phase. But by spawning them right at the end of the first phase, they're going to be instantly ready at the beginning of the second phase. Now, the second phase is like this big arena, big, wide, magical arena, no obstacles, just you and the queen. And the best thing to do is to rush straight at her. Your wolves are going to be right on top of her, and going to be harassing her, and going to be completely distracting her and staggering her. Get right up in her face, and it's the same thing again. Don't do anything fancy, just spam the attack. And she's going to be, every once in a while, she's going to back away to try to get some distance to use her magic. Just simply roll towards her. Don't run towards it, roll towards it, so that you have, like, you know, protection while she's trying to do whatever. Right? And then once you get up close, spam the attacks. Lock on too, make sure you lock on. Keep spamming. If she knocks you down, take some health to recover, and then rinse, repeat. Get up in her face and spam. Now, at the beginning of the second phase, you're going to be far away from her. The best way to approach her is to not go head on, but rather off to the side. For example, let's say this light here would be Queen Rennala. Okay? Instead of approaching her head on like that, what you're going to do is you're going to like go at an angle, like around like that, because she's going to be shooting spells at you, and they'll all most likely miss if you go like that. If you go head on, they're all going to hit you, and it's going to be going to have a hard time getting close to her. Okay, so whenever that happens, let's say for example that happens in the middle of the fight, you get far away from her, do the exact same thing. Approach her from an angle like that, look around like that, and you'll have a high chance of survival. That's it. That's everything that's everything that I use to kick her ass. It works really well, high rate of success. The only other thing is your best magic resistance gear, and as far as talismans, I would recommend the green turtle talisman, so that it recovers your stamina, because as you're spamming your attacks, right, you're going to be using up your stamina. And there's going to be a point where you have to just simply stop because you ran out of stamina. So you want your stamina recovering as quickly as possible. And the students on the ground, they have this flame attack, so you'd probably be best to use the Flame Drake talisman as well. Any other talisman, none of these are going to do any good guard. There's no guard counter. You're not going to have time to do a charge attacks. I've tried doing a run with charge attacks. Spamming regular attacks is way more effective. Jump attacks, once again, it's the same thing. Anything that wastes time, wastes attack time, forget it. Just spam regular attacks. This is no good. We're not using spells. You could try using Rock Sling, but I wouldn't recommend going toe-to-toe with her with the magic, because that means keeping your distance, and keeping your distance from Queen Rennala is pretty much pure death. It's instant death, because she masters ranged attacks, okay? And you're not going to beat her like that. Maybe, I mean, I don't know, maybe you got your own strategy to do it, but I found, Rock Sling works really well against her, but it just, the cast time is just way too slow to keep up with her barrage of magic attacks, even though Rock Sling does work well against her. So yeah, and other than that, it's the best magic resistance gear. So I would recommend, everyone's got this, the Traveler's armor set, the Traveler's hat, the Perfumer's Traveler's garb, Traveler's gloves, and the Traveler's slops. And this will give you a magic resistance of 25.523. And your regular magic, this can be bumped up by simply taking, oh yeah, make sure that you have, this shouldn't have changed from what we were doing before. Classical Winter's Physics should have Strength Knot and Intelligence Knot. And you're going to take that just before we go in. That's it. That's the plan. Let's do it. Oh, wait, one more thing. Since we're going pretty much all melee, the only FP we're going to be using is to cast the wolves. You might as well pile everything into health. I usually go 7 and 2. So now you got lots of health flasks. Just in case things go awry, you can just like gobble down your health flasks. Right? You just need enough to cast your wolves. You can even go 8 and 1, but I find it a little extreme. Alright, so let's go do it. Oh yeah, one more thing. When you're trying to hit the little girls on the ground, I wouldn't lock on, because there's too many of them, and it's just going to get really garbled up. It's going to turn into a total fustercluck, trying to lock on to the one with the globe there. Just head directly towards them, and as long as you're pushing forward while you attack, your guy will attack like that. Actually, I was thinking of something else. Yeah, that should work, no problem. Yeah, I wouldn't lock on. Just aim towards them. Get near and whack them. Alright, and that's about it. Take the elevator up. Oh, that's what I meant to do. Yeah, that's why it's not working. Yeah, for the first part, don't two-hand your weapon. Keep your shield up, and you're going to be running around with your shield up all the time. And then as you're running forward, if you press the attack button, he does that. There we go. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. And that's perfect because, let's say that torch there is one of the little girls with a globe on, okay? So as you're running forward, you have a good chance of hitting her, even if you're not locked on. You know, if you're off, if your aim is off a little bit, that sweeping attack will get her, right? And then as soon as you got all three down, two-hand your sword and go after Queen Rennala. And if you have to go into a second, like the part where she comes down and you didn't take her out, and you have to do it again, go back to the shield, keep your shield up as you're running around, because these guys, these little girls are going to be hucking books at you, and it's kind of annoying. Sometimes they can really chew up your health there. Alright, so that's it. Open the door. And let's use our Flask of Wondrous Physic. and go in and watch the cutscene.
Hush, little Calva. I'll soon birth thee anew, a sweeting, fresh and pure.
Okay, looking for the little layout. There's one right there. Looking for another one. There she is right there. Looking for a third one. There she is right there. Two-hand your sword. Here comes Queen Rennala. Down she comes. Lock on, spam. Got her. Spawn the wolves.
My beloved, have no fear. I will hold thee. Patience. Ye will be countless born, forever and ever. Upon my name as Rani the Witch. Mother's rich slumber shall not be disturbed by thee. Foul trespasser. Send word far and wide. Of the last queen of Caria, Rennala of the full moon. And the majesty of the night she conjureth.
Circle towards her. Roll forward. Spam attack. Roll forward. Don't worry about it. Take her health. Spam attack. Roll forward. Spam attack. And that's it. She's down. Careful, because sometimes her
Little Rani, my dear daughter, weave thy night into being.
yeah, I'll comment about that afterwards. About the way she dies. Okay, so that earned us 40,000 runes. And a chance to respec.
My sweetings. Come
Bye, Jude.
out
You're doing a walkthrough
from
here.
whence ye hide. There are books and light aplenty. Dither not. Come out, say I, or will ye be gravestones, to be better born anew?
Excuse me. Okay, first of all, let's hit up this site of grace after behind her. Secondly, this
Where
chest here
did he
requires a key
flee,
that we don't
my
have.
sweetings, come out from whence ye hide. There are books and light aplenty.
Thirdly,
Dither not. Come out, say I, or will ye be gravestones, to be better born anew?
that's nice. So listen, about that little tussle we had there, I hope there's no hard feelings. Alright, let's just
Thou
let bygones be
is it
bygones,
thy
put it behind
wish
us.
to be born anew, to
And
become a sweeting, reborn of my beloved egg.
she offers you the chance to respec all your attributes, all the points that you spent on your attributes, all the times you leveled up, you can respec it if you have a larval tier, and they're going to show you how to get a larval tier in the videos to come. Okay, we don't have one now, but you can always come back here and respec, and you can even change how your character looks. Select the character creation screen at the beginning. You don't want to do that, and yeah, those are the options we have. All right, like I said, that pardon me, that chest requires a key that we don't have yet. And finally, regarding her death, I noticed in the second phase she'll die, but the game won't immediately register her death. And I have actually died after she has died, because she spawns, I forgot to mention that, after you get about her health halfway down in the second phase, she'll start summoning her own spirit ashes, which are completely random. She may spawn, I think what you saw, what we just had in this video, she spawned a troll, a giant troll, but she doesn't always spawn a giant troll. She's completely random. So what happens is you may kill her, but then her spirit ashes are still alive, and they may actually kill you after you've killed her, which is a real pain. But typically what happens is you still get credit for her death, but your money, the money that you get, like the 40,000 runes that you get for killing her, will be here, somewhere here. It'll be like your money, like, you know, typically like your money that you pick up after you die. But what will happen is you'll get ripped off for a rune arc, you know. So like, that's a real rip-off. The game should have, it should be over as soon as she dies. It shouldn't be like this, you know. She dies and then there's a chance that you could still be killed by her spirit ashes. That's just like, you know, it's like
Bullshit. Bullshit.
sorry, something caught my throat here. Yeah, so that's it. Okay, so there you go. Queen Rennala boss fight, detailed strategy on how to take her down real easy. Works for any build. Any build whatsoever. I would recommend going at her with melee. Your fastest and hardest hitting melee weapon. Do the exact same strategy. Any build, whether you're playing as an archer, mage, melee, that's the same strategy I use for all my builds. Works great. Right, so thanks a lot for watching, and if you thought this was remotely entertaining and or informative, you know, do give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, post a comment, stuff like that there, and I'll see you next time for some more Elden Ring. Hey guys, real walkthroughs like these are an endangered species here on YouTube. For a complete lowdown on the YouTube video game walkthrough scene, check out my Patreon page, and please consider making a donation to yours truly, Major Slack, to help keep real walkthroughs alive on YouTube. You can donate as little as $1. That's $1. That's all. That's all it takes. All right. Thanks a lot. Really appreciate it.